Hey guys, so we're still looking at comparing decimals today. We're going to kind of go over everything we've talked about. You'll have a few problems to work out, and then tomorrow will be your quiz. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started here. So we're going to look at our example first. So this is comparing decimals. This is session 4, okay? So the first example on here says show the numbers 0.59 and 0.8 in their correct location on the number line, okay? Then write greater than, less than, or equal to compare the numbers. So we have a number line here. As you can see, we still have our 0 here and our 1. So when you're looking at these, so you have like 0.1, 0.2, so on and so forth. So this would be 0.5, okay? And this is 0.6, but you can see that 0.59 is right there close to the 0.6, and then of course 0.8 is just right there on that number. So I know just by looking at my number line that 0.59 is less than 0.8 because it is closer to the 0 on the number line than it is the 1, okay? So 0.59 is less than 0.8, or 0.8 is greater than 0.59, okay? So let's go ahead, let's look down here at number 1. Okay, it says compare 0.3 and 0.8 using greater than, less than, or equal to. Draw a model or number line to support your solution. So my model here, I'm going to do a place value chart, okay? I'm going to draw a place value chart. So here's my ones and here's my tenths. I didn't draw my hundredths because when I look at my two decimals here, I already know that they both only go to the tenths place, okay? So I'm going to write in my decimals. So I have 0.3, 0.8, okay? So I know these two are the same, so I can't compare those. So I need to move to my tenths place. So I look at my 8 and my 3. Well, I know that 8 is greater than 3, okay? So that means that I also know that 0.8 is greater than 0.3, okay? Easy peasy so far. So let's keep going. Let's move on. Let's look at number 2 here. All right, so it says Micah runs the 50-yard dash in 7.39 seconds. Felix runs it in 7.6 seconds. Who runs faster? So I want you to solve this one on your own. Decide which way you want to solve it, and then we'll come back together and solve it together. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this one. So I know that I have 7.39 and 7.6, okay? So I need to write them in my chart. So 7.39 and 7.60, okay? So 7s are the same. I can't compare those. So I need to compare my tenths place. Well, in this case, I'm looking to see who runs faster. So I want the least amount of time. So I know that 3 is less than 6 in this case. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the least amount of time. Who ran the fastest? So I know that 7.39 is less than 7.6, okay? So I know that Micah ran the fastest, okay? Because when it's asking you who runs faster, you want the least amount of time. So 7.39 is less than 7.6. So let's continue. We're going to do one more problem together, and then the rest of them are going to be on your own. So this one is which statement and reasoning is true about the decimals 0.45 and 0.5, okay? So let's go ahead and look at these answers. So 0.45 is less than 0.5 because hundredths are greater than tenths. Okay, well, the reasoning, this part is true, but the reasoning behind it is not so great, okay? So A is not our answer, okay? A is not our answer. Let's look at B. 0.45 is less than 0.5 because 45 hundredths is less than 50 hundredths. That's an option. That could be an option, okay? 0.45 is greater than 0.5. That's not true, okay? Because we know that 0.45 is not greater than 0.5. because 4 and 5 are what we're comparing, okay? And 5 is greater than 4. So that means that this one can also not be the option. So our answer is B. It says Sarah chose C as the correct answer. How did she get that answer? Okay, so what Sarah did is she looked at 0.45 and 0.5 here. And what she did, I think, is she just took the decimals off, okay, and compared the two is what she did. So that's how she made her mistake. So she just looked at the decimals, okay? All right. Now that is true, but remember, when you're actually comparing, you have to do 0.50. You have to add that 0 to it, okay? All right, so let's look at what you're going to do. So number 4, which change would make the following a true statement? So you're going to tell me which statement would make that true. Which decimal is less than 3.75? Tell whether each statement is true or false. So you're going to read the statement and tell me whether it's true or false. Number 7, which decimals are greater than 0.07 but less than 0.3? So it says decimals, so that means you're going to have more than one answer. Number 8, Jana writes 2 numbers that are between 0.4 and 0.45 on the board. What numbers could Jana write? So you'll have 2 answers on that one as well. And then lastly, number 9, your math journal. Troy says that 0.9 is greater than 0.90 because tenths are greater than hundredths. Keith says that 0.9 is less than 0.90 because 90 is greater than 9. Is either Troy or Keith correct? How would you compare 0.9 and 0.90? Explain. So you're going to say whether you think either one of them is correct, and then you're also going to tell me how you would compare the two and explain how you would do that, okay? And then that's it for today. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.